In the last video, we have done the static configuration and today we're gonna do default configuration. Now we have to configure default routing. First, let me show you what is default routing. Default routing is done on boundary and border only. That means if we have three routers, we can configure default routing on router 1 and router 3. And on the router 2, we configure static routing. The syntax of default routing is the same as static routing. That is IP root, destination network subnet mask, and next hop address. In default routing, we don't need to write full network and subnet mask. Instead, we need to type 0.0.0.0 as network as well as the subnet mask. For the next hop address, we have to find the next hop. So click on router 1, go to CLI and press enter. Type enable to go to privilege mode. Type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode. Type IP root 0.0.0.0 as destination network, 0.0.0.0 as destination network subnet mask, and 192.80.10.74 as next hop address. Here router 2 will be the next hop and the connected interface become next hop address. Then type exit and save it with the right command. Now close the window, open router 2 and go to CLI. Now we are on the router 2, so router 1 will be our destination router. Press enter. Type enable to go to privilege mode. Type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode. Type IP root 192.80.10.0 as destination network, 255.255.224 as destination network subnet mask, and 192.80.10.73 as next hop address. For router 2 to router 1, router 1 will be the next hop and the connected interface become next hop address. Now type IP root 192.80.10.64 as destination network, 255.255.248 as destination network subnet mask, and 192.80.10.78 as next hop address. For router 2 to router 3, router 3 will be the next hop and the connected interface become next hop address. Now add virtual networks as well. Type IP root 192.80.10.72 as destination network, 255.255.252 as destination network subnet mask, and 192.80.10.73 as next hop address. Then type IP root 192.80.10.76 as destination network, 255.255.252 as destination network subnet mask, and 192.80.10.78 as next hop address. Then type exit and save it with the right command. Close the window, click on router 3, go to CLI. Now we are on router 3, so router 2 will be our destination router. Press enter. Type enable to go to privilege mode. Type configure terminal to go to global configuration mode. Then type IP root 0.0.0.0 as destination network, 0.0.0.0 as destination network subnet mask, 192.80.10.77 as next hop address. Here router 2 will be the next hop and the connected interface become next hop address. Type exit and save it with the right command. Now it's time for verification. Open router 1. On privilege mode, type show IP root. You can see that connected networks as well as S star, which means default routing. We can see that the meaning of star is candidate default. Now open router 2, type show IP root. You can see that connected networks, which is denoted by C, and also S, which means static routing. Now open router 3, type show IP root. You can see that connected network as well as S star, which means default routing. Now open any PC, then verify that PCs are communicate with each other or not. Go to CMD and type the IP address 192.80.10.3. Here you can see that replies are coming from that PC. That means our configuration is successful. So that is for today. In the next video, we're gonna do RIP configuration. Thanks for watching.